From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Cousins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's when you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The 1st down throw for Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. The struggles continue. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the 1st half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the wide side with Cook. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really stretch your defense.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Winston now from the 50. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the key.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by half.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Cousins to throw it. He's got a man, complete.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Play action now. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Here's Winston. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Winston. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. On play action, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they obviously decline that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when they score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing, Cousins. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down. Here's Cousins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are right back in this football game. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. 60 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On 3rd down, Winston. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he's putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel, okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. First down, here's the run with Cook. They find some open field here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Cook on the toss left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Minnesota, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.